Hey, come sit with me so we can talk. On Monday this week, I went outside and came face to face with the rattlesnake. On Wednesday this week, I opened up my sliding door, encountered a rattlesnake. So today is Saturday, and I felt like it was time where I could talk to you about what that feels like, share with those that are new, coming to Arizona, moving from wherever. I see a lot of people reaching out online, especially some of the groups that I'm in. How do you live out here? How do you deal with these things? And as a lot of you know, I'm very much online, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, talking about the desert, how much I love the desert and the safety of it, and the things to do. So that's what this video is for. This isn't, I didn't make a script, I didn't write notes for this, because when you live something that's so serious like this, you really, I don't know, for me, I didn't have to. I felt like it was just sit down and share this experience so it can validate somebody else's fears or where they're at with snakes or living in the desert, or just all of it. And coming from a normal human, a normal female is going to tell you her experiences. And I'd like to say normal, but I am already catching myself, because actually I was born in the desert, raised desert, and I've had a tremendous, now lately, a tremendous amount of experience around rattlesnakes. So I guess I'm really not normal in that sense. A lot of what you're going to hear from me is coming from someone who it has been buffered at this point. And so, yeah, I'm gonna be very honest. I'm not a snake expert in any way, shape, or form. And for those of you that are new or just finding me, or however this has worked for you, I'm stuttering. I was lived in the desert most of my life and never experienced a rattlesnake. I am 52 years old, and it was just in this last 4 or 5 years that I've had to come face to face with them, deal with what it does to me, myself, my body, my being, my want for living here. It's a surreal experience to find your home of your dreams that you've worked basically your entire life from. I don't come from much, so you work and you do everything you can. We found this fantastic house. It's this old little house. It was built like in the 40s, and we're up on this fantastic hill. It's 3 acres. We're in Gold Canyon. There's tons and tons of animals. And so it's almost like being told, as you're being dropped down into your new fantasy land of this is perfect, that, oh, by the way, you're going to be with rattlesnakes. And there, of course, there's this part of you that goes, oh, no, absolutely not. But then there's, for me especially, there's this part of me that fully understands an ecosystem, that I am not separate. I am a species amongst lots of species. And I think that's where the disconnect for lots of people come in, is that somehow, yeah, well, we're the top. You're not necessarily the top species in certain situations, but you're also going to notice that all of us seem to have a lot in common as well. I need my water, and like I said, this video is just, this isn't gonna be edited. I'm not trying to put across some glossy image. I'm trying to put across a real person who's in the desert, who's experienced some very legitimately scary things this week involving rattlesnakes, if that's how it affects you. And I want to say it that way too. Some people can experience things and it doesn't affect them. For some of us, it was either a lifelong fear, it still is a fear, the startling, there's all of that. I'm not here to diagnose anything or tell you anything. I'm just going to tell you what, like I said, what I experienced. And so hopefully in talking through all that, you'll pick up things I already have by posting, by talking to different people, where I went wrong, what I can do to make things better. And that has helped, because of course, I shouldn't say of course. For me, of course, when I encountered these rattlesnakes, I closed my eyes and I'm still seeing it. And so I'm still having the effects of being startled by something that's that dangerous. A rattlesnake is dangerous, and so let's not underscore that. And just because I don't even know if all these words are coming out right. Normally I'm a little more articulate. Yeah, no, I'm still rattled. I am, and that's funny to say it that way, but I am. And so some of this isn't gonna come out as perfect and as clean, I'm sure, as a lot of my other videos. That's why I'm doing this. I can't show you a person who's like, oh, it's just perfect, this happened. No, it affected me. And I'm having to now take actions to make sure that I can comfortably live someplace that I still love, and respond to the creatures around me properly. So it's been excessively hot here in Arizona. We are in a drought. I always say triple digits, and I have to be reminded, triple digits are 100, Stacy. Well, to me, desert kid, it's when we hit 110, 111, 112. When we're teens, I discuss triple digits. We have been in excessively dangerous heat along with most of the West, along with fires. And so it forces the animals, everyone, us included, to do what you can to try to deal with it. This is awful heat. It's not cooling off for us. When the low is in the 90s, you guys, it's hot, and it's hot. Water. The animals, everybody, all the animals are looking for water, for relief from this right now. Ridiculous to think that you have animals out in the desert that aren't hunting, searching for the water, searching for the relief right now. Fires on one side of them. Of course they're going to migrate. Am I talking about the snakes? Not so much. Those are the larger animals. Another reason I felt compelled to come out and again, like I said, to sit and talk is because there's this not really understanding, I guess is what I'd say, what animals do in desperation. We seem to understand it from a human. A human will do something in desperation. Animals do it too. They'll travel far. They'll go to places you wouldn't normally expect. They're desperate. It's hot. They're thirsty. Life or death. I'm going to find whatever I can to relieve it. I've been focusing on a bobcat study for the DNA for the Desert Nature Alliance. That's my nonprofit, in part to give me a break from the snakes. We do a lot of work. I do a lot of collecting of the bones and stuff. And so I needed a break, and I really wanted to focus on the health of the animals out here. How many could we even locate them, and just really start a good study that could eventually take that data, and give it to even bigger sources, and we can work on the environment and the water and everything else. So that's been one of my major focuses, and it's keeping me sane, honestly, right now. But on a Facebook group, someone had said, I wonder if we're going to see more of the bobcats out here because of the fires. And another person immediately jumps out there and is like, use your common sense. They're not going to come out here from where we are. A male bobcat's territory can be up to 60 miles, 60. I say that to everybody that's watching me. I have friends that live within that distance of me. There's bobcats here. I don't know if one of my males will go over to like where my daughter lives or where my friends live. It's entirely possible when you realize the range. A female's range is about 6 miles. Males is 10 times the size of that. That's a lot. And when you have a lot of these cats around, so the whole thing is intriguing to me, especially fires, the animals looking for water, and people really not understanding that, yes, bobcats can completely jump your block wall, climb up on the top of cactuses, do all kinds of things they have to in order to stay, to stay alive. So yeah, you're going to see some different responses from the animals. Now you're like, Stacy, we were talking about snakes. Well, okay, there's a part of you that could understand a cat, a large cat, a cat, right? A cat's looking for water. And it didn't scare you so much to have that conversation. Now, I'm sure there's some people out there that I'm like, I'm still terrified of that. But your brain can really kind of understand a cat looking for water, a cat looking for shelter, and a cat walking. Most individuals aren't completely terrified of cats, but I bet there's some out there. I'm not dismissing that at all. Just saying, for the general, you don't hear it as much as you do for rattlesnakes. In that conversation of the bobcats, I'm sure most people weren't like, oh my God, burn your house down, there's a bobcat outside. Or there's a fear there, but I think there's still more of an understanding and unfortunately a love of fluffy things. If it's fluffy and it's soft in your mind, that's somehow better. Well, bears are fluffy too, and we're seeing them on people's walls, and they're doing all kinds of stuff. It's not any different or safer, okay? So I laugh because there's fear all the way around. So when I talk about walking outside barefoot or something, people are only like, "Oh my God, the rattlesnakes!" Well, there's all kinds of things that I should be doing a better job of. Someone who is desert living here should know better. And some of the behaviors where I've been caught slipping big time lately, big time. And that was why I really like so bringing it back to what I'm going to talk about, and it's Monday, Wednesday. So Monday was the official start of the monsoon season out here. Now, does not mean all of a sudden storms are coming. It's hit or miss. You'd have to look up all the weather stuff if you don't understand the monsoon season for Arizona and what brings it on and stuff. But we can get some violent storms, excuse me. I live out by the mountains. I like sit up on a hill. We get some storms that will rip stuff apart. I've had a window blown out because of one of these storms. No joke, right? So Jay literally just left. He was going to the store. Oh my God, this is Monday. I see him, he's driving off. Out of nowhere, Wizard of Oz like winds pick up and start taking the furniture, the patio, the hummingbird feeders, and is just tearing this top apart. Instinct tells me to go save things, not thinking anymore. I'm not thinking at this point. And that's why I want to make this video. Instincts run outside, grab things. I don't have shoes on, okay? I go running outside to grab this, grab that that's going flying. And as I go around the corner, I startle a rattlesnake. And yes, I just said it that way. It startled me. I startled it. Let's be honest about it. That creature was trying to move as well. Going about its business, doing its thing. I have a very large desert area. A major storm was hitting. I want you to picture Wizard of Oz. I want you to picture Auntie Em, Dorothy. I mean, it's a craziness is happening out here. It's going. So I come around the corner. So a snake moving is going to respond different than a snake that's in a sitting position most of the time. Okay, like I said, I'm not an expert, but the things that I've been around, the amount that I've been around them now, that was we both had the same response. Give some credit also to this poor creature. I just scared in the middle of high heat, intense winds, probably seeking shelter. I come running around, it's moving, it comes back, I go back. Okay, that's really your first, go away from it, get away from it. Then I snap to reality. I don't even have shoes on. I have nothing that's going to protect me from this. All of the tools that I actually have, all of any of the training in my background, I don't have any of it. I'm dumb. I'm outside. I've got no shoes on. Run back into the house. I get my boots on. I get the things that I need. I go back out to make sure that this individual that is dangerous isn't still right next to my door. And it wasn't. It was desperately trying to get down and out of the hill and get over to, I'm sure, some pack rat's nest that I'm going to have to find and clear out. Okay. There's not especially when you live in the desert, I can't make it pristine. It's going to grow back. I don't even want to do that. I'm not trying to kill everything and poison stuff. We're all going to live here. We need that ecosystem. I need these rattlesnakes to be part of the ecosystem that they are. And eat some rats, let some birds eat you. It's the whole thing. But they are something that can seriously hurt you or kill you. It's not a joke. I'm not laughing about this. If you see a smile, it's just because still nerves and stuff are coming out. Yes, it affected me. Yes, I had feelings. The adrenaline for me was exceptionally hard to get rid of and was still basically there. Wednesday, early morning. Like I said, I'm not even sleeping well at this point. I'm still going through it. It's a lot. It's a lot on me. I'm sleeping in the living room, trying to be under the air conditioning, trying to find some relief from this heat. My dog Cotton wakes me up. Now I wear contacts. I can't see very well. And this is where I make a crucial mistake. And please listen to this part. I didn't have my glasses next to me because I was out there, was just trying to cool off. I wasn't thinking as clearly as I should have been. The dog comes to, Mom, I want to go out to pee. Okay, I always let the dogs out to go pee. We go out in the back. Okay, we go out. Yes. It's just coming up on 4 o'clock in the morning. It is still dark out. I go over to the slider. I do everything wrong at this point. I did not flip on the lights. I did not look outside. I did not have my glasses. I do not have shoes on. I'm tired. Whatever. Let the dog. It's hot. not thinking. I slide open the slider and I don't know where it is. I don't know if it was in the house, outside. I don't know. I cannot see. I'm in the dark. My dog's instincts are to jump outside and go pee. Both dogs leap over wherever. I don't even know where it's at, and wind up on the other side of the yard. Probably alerted, and they're like, no, going way away from it. I am standing in the dark with a rattler that's alerting me, and I don't know where it's at. That's bad. That's a bad situation to put yourself in. I didn't flip on lights. I scream for my husband. He's asleep. What? Okay. And so then it starts. Get the lights flipped on and find out, hallelujah, it's actually on the, it's outside, but it's on the metal part of the sliding door, because probably it's cool. It probably feels better up there than the heat that this thing has been in. At that point now, okay, what are you going to do? I've gotten to a point where I'm comfortable around a certain size rattlesnake. I've seen excessively large ones. I'm not going to touch, handle, do anything. I shouldn't say touch. I'm not going to do anything with. I'm going to call somebody and have it removed. There are people out there that you can call. Whether if it's a big dangerous one you're afraid of, whatever is happening, call anything from the fire department to companies that I love, like Rattlesnake Solutions. You can find them online. They have all kinds of fantastic videos that will help you, that will come. You can get somebody to come help you. Now, I've gotten to the point, due to my background, those are other videos, those are other things that I can talk to you about, but I actually have my kit, and so I have an excessively long grabber. I have steel-toed boots that are sitting right here. I have man jeans that I put another set of something underneath. I didn't care that it was 4,000 degrees outside. My flannel goes on. I'm covered. If I'm going to go into battle, I'm going into battle. Okay, I'm going. The next thing for me is going to be the shin guards. This has taken years for me to evolve. If you're even questioning all that, I have another video out there, and it talks about all the different times I've seen rattlesnakes and how I've gotten to this point. So if you are interested and you're still watching at 17 minutes, God love you, but that's it. So no, I went outside. It took a while breathing. Okay, look where you need to grab it safely. You don't want to grab its neck. It would hurt it. You can't grab too far at the other end. It gives it too much room. And this poor thing was terrified. It was terrified. It rattled the whole entire time. It just stayed a little floppy disk. It just stayed there like, oh, God, leave me alone. And then you've got a big me coming at it with these metal grabbers. It didn't do anything. I picked it up and was able to go over to, I'm pretty sure where we know where it's at the moment. Let it go there. And we're getting ready to clear all that cactus even further on the property. I'm contacting people that do know and understand relocation, especially in heat. When is it safe and that kind of thing. Refencing the backyard, resetting up an area for the dogs, and doing things proactive to make me feel safer. So that's where I'm at right now. I feel like this video is a little long. It's hard to download some of this stuff, and I'm still working it through. So I'll probably make a separate video more about the different emotions and some other things. So please stay safe. Start looking up other videos. Like I said, Rattlesnake Solutions. I don't care where you live. They have fantastic advice. And know that it is valid, and you're going to feel some things. But there's ways. You don't have to burn down the house. You're going to